Welcome back to CarScope, where we take you under the hood and beyond the spec sheet of the world's most intriguing rides. Today, we're diving deep into a machine that's shaking up the hypercar world, and not with a roar, but with silence and electricity. The broken bar is the 2026 BYD Yangwang U9, and it's rewriting the rules on what a performance car can be. Born from a brand better known for EV buses and family sedans, the U9 emerges not just as a surprise, but a statement. A zero-emission hypercar with torque vectoring wizardry, supercar aesthetics, and tech that even Tesla hasn't dared to dream of. Let's explore everything you need to know about this electric beast. From the moment it rolls into view, the U9 looks less like a car and more like a spaceship that accidentally landed on the road. Up front, the fascia is aggressive and low-slung, with flowing LED light signatures that sweep like electric wings from the center to the edges. The headlights are inset with a hypnotic Y pattern, a nod to the Yangwang logo and an intentional design cue that screams futurism. There's no traditional grille. Of course, this is an Evo, but aerodynamic channeling dominates the lower half of the bumper, feeding air through intelligent vents that cool the brakes and battery systems. Move to the side and the U9 silhouette reveals its exotic intent. This isn't a reshaped sedan, it's built from the ground up as a hypercar. The lines are sculpted and taut, with wide hips, razor-thin side mirrors mounted on carbon fiber stalks, and upward swinging scissor doors that open with drama. Every panel has a purpose. The massive air intakes behind the doors funnel airflow toward the quad-motor cooling systems and rear diffusers, while the flush door handles maintain drag efficiency. The car sits slow and wide on forged aluminum wheels, wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2R rubber because, yes, this EV is track-ready. And those wheels? They're backed by carbon ceramic brakes with calipers as large as some laptops. As we follow the flow to the rear, the design turns from elegant to aggressive. A full-width OLED light strip spans the taillights with a pulsating animation that activates during startup and braking. Above it, a retractable active wing rises at speed and adjusts in real time for downforce optimization. Below, a massive carbon diffuser dominates the lower portion, shaped like a Formula E race car's tail end. There's no exhaust. Of course, the only electric power flows through this beast, but it doesn't need tailpipes to assert dominance. The rear is about channeling air, cooling motors, and telling anyone behind you that they've already lost. Step inside, and you're immediately immersed in a cockpit that feels lifted from a concept car. BYD has crafted an interior that's both minimalistic and immersive, with a deep blend of Alcantara, forged carbon fiber, and soft-touch synthetic leathers. The U9 doesn't just look high-tech, it feels alive. 3 floating digital displays wrap around the driver, a 10-inch digital gauge cluster, a heads-up display projected on the windshield, and a secondary touchscreen mounted in the center console. Infotainment is handled by BYD's proprietary OS, with voice command, gesture controls, and full 5G connectivity. The steering wheel is a squared-off yoke, trimmed in Alcantara with haptic feedback zones and a set of rotary dials for performance modes. Toggle into track mode, and the interior lighting pulses red. The suspension lowers, and the screens reconfigure for performance metrics. The seats are deep buckets with carbon fiber shells and multi-point harnesses available as an option. But this isn't just a track-focused experience. See, ambient lighting, a 30-speaker Dyne audio sound system, and active noise cancellation make it serene when you want it to be. And yes, it has wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and even facial recognition for startup authorization. Underneath this sculpted body and futuristic cabin lies what truly sets the U9 apart, a quad-motor setup, one for each wheel, producing a combined 1,287 horsepower and over 1,200 pound-feet of torque. BYD calls the system Yisifang, an advanced torque vectoring platform that independently controls each wheel's output in real time. The result: insane agility, unbreakable grip, and a 0 to 60 time of just 2.36 seconds. That's Bugatti Chiron territory without a single drop of gasoline. Top speed is a claimed 190 miles per hour. Electronically limited. And thanks to a 100 kWh LFP blade battery, the U9 manages a range of approximately 435 kilometers, or around 270 miles on the Chinese CLTC cycle. Now, what makes this platform revolutionary is its ability to do things no combustion engine hypercar could dream of. Want to make a full 360-degree spin from a standstill? The U9 can do either. Each wheel can rotate in opposite directions. Need to crab walk diagonally in a tight parking spot? It can do that too. This is the power of independent wheel control. It even has a party trick, jump mode. Yes, the U9 can actually hop off the ground using its active suspension system, demonstrated during its debut launch event to thunderous applause. The system also enhances ride comfort, with active damping and ride height adjustments that make it usable on real-world roads. Charging is handled by an 800 volts architecture that supports ultra-fast DC charging. You can go from 30% to 80% in under 10 minutes at supported stations. That means less waiting and more driving. And since BYD is building out their own charging ecosystem across China and Europe, access to high-speed charging will only get better over time. Now let's talk pricing. This isn't your average BYD electric crossover. The Yangwang U9 is positioned as a luxury halo vehicle, and the pricing reflects that. In China, the official price tag is set at around 1.68 million yuan, which translates to roughly $233,000. That undercuts most European and American hypercars by a significant margin, while offering similar or in some cases superior performance. It's not just a value proposition, it's a warning shot. BYD isn't just building a car, it's aiming to redefine the global EV performance segment. And here's where things get really interesting. While the U9 is launching first in China, BYD has strongly hinted at European availability by late 2025, with a US entry potentially following after regulatory adjustments. The company is working behind the scenes on homologation, and with growing interest in high-end EVs, the U9 could be a catalyst that pushes BYD from regional powerhouse to global disruptor. It's not just about one car, it's about a new chapter. So, to wrap it up, what do we make of the 2026 BYD Yangwang U9? It's bold, it's bizarre, and it's absolutely brilliant. From its menacing design to its jaw-dropping performance and bleeding-edge technology, the U9 isn't trying to be the next Ferrari or McLaren, it's carving its own path. In a world increasingly defined by software, electrification, and intelligent systems, the U9 shows that China is no longer following in the footsteps of the West, it's leaping ahead. If you're someone who still thinks EVs are sterile, soulless machines, this car might just change your mind. Because the Yangwang U9 doesn't whisper into the future, it crashes into it with a thunderous silence. And it's here to stay. That's it for today's episode of CarScope. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more detailed reviews of the most groundbreaking cars in the world, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Drop a comment below. Would you take the U9 over a Porsche Taycan Turbo GT or a Rimac Nevera? Let us know your thoughts. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road and your scope on the future.